Sharp, urgent beats like a heartbeat racing out of control. Visuals explode on screen. Quick-cut flashes of D'Angelo's sweat-glistened torso from the Untitled video, slamming into grainy headlines screaming, "D'Angelo dead at 51, pancreatic cancer strikes silent killer." Cut to shadowy NYC alleyways at night, paparazzi flashes, and a single glowing cigarette butt smoldering in the dark. No fluff, no welcome. Straight into the fire. D'Angelo didn't just die yesterday. He was murdered slowly by a cocktail of his own demons and an industry that chewed him up like yesterday's hit single. October 14, 2025, Michael Eugene Archer, the neo-soul god who made women weak with one falsetto wail, slipped away in his New York City home at 51, officially from pancreatic cancer, after what his family called a prolonged and courageous battle. But hold up, prolonged. We're talking a diagnosis dropped like a bombshell in early 2024, while he was grinding on his fourth album with Raphael Saadiq, and by summer 2025, it had metastasized to his liver and lymph nodes like a virus gone rogue. Chemo? Radiation? Yeah, he tried, but this beast, the silent killer that claims 90% of its victims within a year, doesn't play fair, especially when your body's been a battlefield for decades of coke binges, weed haze, and booze-fueled blackouts. Sources whisper he was in hospice for 2 weeks straight, hospitalized for months, ignoring symptoms like abdominal knives and yellowing skin because admitting weakness. That wasn't the untouchable sex symbol who dropped brown sugar at 21 and redefined R&B with Prince-level swagger. Why pancreatic? Risk factors scream his name. Chronic smoking from those Richmond church boy days turned rebel. Obesity swings from ripped Adonis in 2000 to reclusive heavyweight during his 14-year vanishing act. And worst of all, the pancreatitis scars from years of partying that turned his pancreas into a ticking bomb. Experts like Dr. Elena Ramirez spilled to ABC that lifestyle catches up. Young diagnoses spiking because guys like D'Angelo traded gospel hymns for hip-hop highs. Ignoring the inflammation brewing since the voodoo sessions in Electric Lady Studios, where coke kept him up for days and weed crashed him harder. But here's the real scandal exploding on Reddit and X right now. Was it even cancer or a fatal painkiller overdose swept under the rug like Prince's fentanyl ghost? Insiders leaked that post-diagnosis. He was popping opioids like candy for the agony. And with his history, that 2005 SUV wreck high as hell, DUIs, soliciting busts, one wrong mix could have flatlined him. Not some courageous battle. Conspiracy threads are lit. Big Pharma pushed experimental trials on him. Denied coverage left him to rot, one viral post blasts. Tying it to his label EMI's old demands for sexed-up videos that broke his spirit after Untitled turned him into a fetish object he despised. "That video ruined my life," he confessed to GQ in 2014. People seeing abs over artistry driving him deeper into isolation where health checkups? Nah, paranoia ruled. Fast forward. Early 2024 diagnosis hits while he's teasing new tracks. But by May 2025, he's bailing on the Roots Picnic headliner slot, blaming unforeseen medical delay from surgery, code for the cancer clawing back after a brief remission. Why so aggressive? Blame the grief tsunami, March 2025. Angie Stone, mother of his son Michael Jr., collaborator on soul-stirring duets, dies at 63 in a brutal car crash post-gig in Alabama, leaving their 27-year-old kid orphaned in 7 months flat. Their romance? Turbulent fire. 2,000 abuse allegations she later dropped, but guilt festered. Sources tell people, hitting D'Angelo like a gut punch while tumors spread. Then February, his mom's diabetes complications snuff her out a day after his 51st birthday. August, dad's heart gives in. A family wipeout that stress-cranked the cancer, cortisol flooding his system like lighter fluid on flames, per oncology studies linking emotional hell to immune crashes. He was burying them while fighting ghosts, a close source leaked to Variety. His Pentecostal roots screaming prayer over pills, holistic herbs delaying real treatment till it was stage 4 apocalypse. And the industry? Oh, they're the silent assassins. Questlove, his Soulquarian's brother, tweeted heartbreak, We pushed too hard, alluding to the burnout after Black Messiah's 2014 Ferguson-fueled triumph. Tours that drained him. Labels chasing commercial cash over his visionary vibes. Remember 2015-2019 cancellations? Illness, they said. Early symptoms dismissed as relapse, doctors missing the markers because a paranoid recluse skipped scans. Now whispers of foul play. Unreleased album rights worth millions. Estate battles brewing with Suavo Twain, Michael Jr., eyeing inheritance amid Diddy's shadow. D'Angelo guested on tracks. And with those trafficking trials heating up, did he know too much about industry dirt? Baseless? Maybe, but X is ablaze. Vaccine spike? COVID jabs turbocharged his cancer, anti-vaxxers howl. Or murdered for spilling on payola ghosts from the 90s. Tie it to his dropout phase. Post-voodoo, arrests piled, 1998 weed bust, 2005 crash and prostitute charge. Enablers circling like vultures, feeding the addictions that scarred his organs. Pancreatic links to chronic booze, ironclad. Inflammation from 90s benders morphing cells rogue over 20 years. Hitting at 50 when averages say 70. He knew the risks, confided in Saadiq during sessions. Body's betraying me, but ego, that Marvin Gaye heir who arranged every note, played guitar like a lover, kept him silent, turning a treatable window into a death trap. Fans rage on socials. D'Angelo Truth demands autopsy leaks, questioning if negligence or cover-up let this slide. Why no public plea, no GoFundMe from a guy who could have rallied millions? Because vulnerability? That was the real killer, the one his religious upbringing drilled in. Suffer in shadows, let God sort it. But God didn't stop the metastasis, didn't halt the jaundice creeping in like jaundice from hell, didn't spare him the final breaths gasping in a sterile NYC room. Family huddled while the world mourned a myth, not the man rotting from inside. His son Michael's statement rips hearts. Rough year, lost both parents. Keep me in thoughts. A 27-year-old artist now carrying the torch alone, echoing D'Angelo's falsetto in tracks that might never drop without posthumous polish. Legacy? 3 albums that reshaped soul. Brown Sugar's Seduction, Voodoo's Raw Funk, Black Messiah's Protest Fire. But at what cost? Tributes flood from Missy Elliott, painful for kids seeing parents go, to Jamie Foxx, reminiscing first listens, RCA calling him peerless visionary. Yet the controversy festers. Preventable? Hell yes. Earlier scans, ditching the smokes at 20, therapy over tourniquets for grief. Industry betrayal? Absolutely. Pushing a sensitive soul into sex symbol hell, then ghosting when he needed real support. Overdose mask? The whispers won't die, especially with pain meds flowing free in end-stage hell. D'Angelo's story isn't closure. It's a flare gun for black artists crushed under genius's burden as he spilled in that sly stone dock. The weight of expectation breaks you. So why now, after 18 months of secret war? Because the system, addictions, fame, loss, engineered it, turning a prodigy from Virginia pews into a statistic. If this hits, smash like, drop your theory below. Cancer, truth, or cover-up? Subscribe for the next bomb. Diddy's empire crumbling? Bell on, stay woke. The soul don't lie, but secrets do.